This is Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood DLC. I'm here with my character Ash, aka Ashes in the Wind, Wood Elf Nightblade. Very sneaky, very barbaric. Likes to murder and steal. On my Guar mount, which I haven't named. I don't think I've named it. Oh, I did name it, apparently. Its name is Carries Ash Fast. Alright, it has a name. I guess it's Carry for short. Carry the Guar. I like the way Guars jump. They got some legit jumping legs. Anyway, we're here at the stable. I was doing some mount training. Raise my inventory slot space, because that's how you do it. But we're here at Anvil still, and we need to go back to the lighthouse to report in to our boss, so to speak, and tell him that we assassinated the dude we were supposed to assassinate. Uh-oh, somebody just ran afoul of the guards. See, that's what they do to you. They trap you in place, and then they come whoop your ass. Will they get away? Let's find out. Will they get away? The drama. I think they're gonna make it. Yeah, the guards gave up. Good job, Devario. You escaped from the guards. It's not an easy thing to do. Is that a dagger back? Kinda like a razorback, but more daggerified. I like riding the Guar. So we're Guar riding. Hey, SB! Spizang! How are you? It's good to see ya. I'm taking a break from playing Morrowind to play the Dark Brotherhood questline on this character, my Nightblade. Just riding through Anvil on my Guar. Oh, oh. You know, real quick, I should check. I don't think it has, but there's some small possibility that I need to get rid of all these stolen goods. So I'm gonna go in here and just check to see whether the fence is ready to buy my stuff or not. I don't think it's going to be. You just finished playing, you got about 7 hours, almost level 24. Wow. You are quickly catching up to Dennis, huh? I like how other people play this game for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and they gain a bunch of levels. I played this game for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and I might gain 1 level because I'm so busy fucking around doing other stuff. Like stealing and assassinating people. Can we get a... No, not you. Where's the fence? Let's see. Can I please sell some of this stuff, please?
I'm not used to being ashore.
It's filling up my bags.
Stability makes me queasy.
Oh, cool. What dungeons did you play? Nope. Look, I'm still at 50 out of 50. I think it's going to reset at like midnight, my time. Because I think that's about when it reset last night. But why would it be on my time? I'm on Pacific time zone. Bethesda's on the East Coast. I wonder where ZeniMax is. Well, I don't know, but I think my time is the right time for this. We'll see. In any case, it's not going to reset for several hours, so I'm just going to be running around with my bags full of tons of stolen shit. You don't actually remember? One of which kicked our butt. It was a little tough. I've only done like 3 or 4 dungeons in this game, and they were all in the very beginning, so they were the earliest ones. Like, can I get like these ones? I've done this one here, the Banished Cells. I've run that a few times. Spindle Clutch, I've run that a few times. The other one was like Fungal Grotto or something. I don't see it on my map right now. I don't know where that one is. But, and then there might have been one more that I ran. There's not like a list of the dungeons in this that I know of. Oh, you know what might be a way to be sneaky about it? Look at achievements, dungeons. Blackheart Haven, Crypt of Hearts, Spindle Clutch, Wayward Sewers. I've only done Spindle Clutch. Spindle Clutch, Banished Cells, Fungal Grotto, maybe Dark Shade Caverns? I don't know. And maybe Elden Hollow? I'm not sure. But I've done those 3 for sure, multiple times each. But that's the only dungeons I've ever run. So all the higher level, harder ones I've never even done. Think you did Fungal 1 and Fungal 2? What's the difference between them? Is 2 just harder? Alright, let's get out of here. Time to go. If I can find the way out. Place is kind of labyrinthine. Honestly, I just like using the word labyrinthine. Seriously, how do I get out? I know I could just look at the map. This way. No, it's not. But looking at the map is like cheating. Here we go. Here we go. Did Fungal 1 and Fungal 2 have like different bosses or something? Honestly, I think naming them Fungal 1 and Fungal 2 is kind of lazy. They couldn't have just come up with a unique name for the second one. Alright, that's enough fucking around. We're gonna go meet with Speaker Tyrannus now. Oh, I'm back in here. I came out the wrong exit. That's alright, Morquar writing. Different bosses. Oh, that's cool. So that is a pretty significant difference. They still should have given it a different name. A slightly different name.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Going back to the lighthouse to meet with Speaker Tyrannus. Let's see who he wants us to kill next. Now that we're an official assassin. Here we go into the lighthouse. Now he's standing, not sitting. She's still laying there dead with knives in her. This guy's name is Deathside. See, he was ready to be an assassin. He already had the branding going. Can't. Alright, let's just talk to him.
We know that Quintus Gerol is dead. The Brotherhood has eyes everywhere. You have done well. The Covenant is sealed, signed in blood. Welcome to the family. sister.
I'm part of the family. Feels good. Now I can have like Thanksgiving dinner with a bunch of assassins and stuff. It'll be rad. That's all I had to do to prove myself.
We have been watching you for a long time. Killing the nobles simply sealed our covenant. Now you need to meet your brothers and sisters. I will send you to a sanctuary, a safe house of sorts, a home, as well as a source of additional contracts.
Where is this sanctuary? Middle of the last boss fight, you got kicked out of the dungeon. By the time you got back in, they killed the boss. Oh, that sucks. Crazy things happening while you were playing today. I haven't had a lot of crazy things happening while I've been playing this lately. Where is the sanctuary?
Not far. It's the reason I summoned you to the Gold Coast. There is much work to accomplish here, and you will be a part of that. Your new home lies to the north, hidden beneath Varen's wall. Go there, and attempt to open the Black Door.
Ooh, that sounds ominous. Black Door? You're so tired but you can't sleep? Can't you take some more benzos? 4:40 in the morning. What time do you normally... Well, that's right. You don't really normally go to bed, do you? Black Door?
The Black Door will pose a question. What is the flavor of fear? Reply, sublime, my brother, and the sanctuary shall be open to you. Once inside, seek out Astara. She has additional instructions for you.
Are there other sanctuaries?
Of course. Since the formation of the Dark Brotherhood, our shadow has stretched across the entirety of Tamriel. Not every sanctuary has flourished, however, and our grip isn't as secure as we'd like in certain parts of the world.
I don't understand. They make you feel icky. Have you ever tried taking trazodone? Because I take that and it really helps me sleep a lot. Plus it's an I think it's an antipsychotic. Or I guess it's technically an antidepressant, I think. Anyway, it really helps me sleep when I take it. The difference between taking it and not taking it is huge. How do you spell that? Trazodone. 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 Trazodone? Trazodone. Trazodone. You can't stay longer to take a relaxing bath? That sounds good, SB. That sounds real good. It's a good idea. Yeah, I like that, son. Every sanctuary has flourished. Okay. I don't understand.
Not that it concerns you, but Vardenfell continues to be a source of irritation. The Gold Coast, however, presents an opportunity we can all profit from. Here we can establish a foothold that will serve the Brotherhood for generations to come.
That sounds good. Vardenfell's a source of irritation. Because of the Morag Tong, assumingly. Assumingly? That's not a word. Presumably. What happened to the woman in the chair? That's kind of a dumb question. She's got 2 fucking daggers sticking out of her. It's pretty obvious what happened to her. Bath is already ran with your bubbles. Time to unwind. Well, alright, so enjoy your bath. Have a good one. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. Have a good, relaxing bath, SB. See you later. I do have a bathtub, son, but it's pretty small. I mean, I do occasionally take a take a brief bath, like, before I shower. But, it's not really a tub that I'd want to just hang out in for a long time and relax. What happened to the women in the chair?
Just a little business I had to attend to. I do like to keep my dagger sharp, as it were. Her family had certain documents and presumed to make allegations that might have embarrassed the Brotherhood.
But we read her thing that she wrote. She was trying to avoid the whole thing and saying, no, there is nothing suspicious here. There is no Dark Brotherhood. These documents are all fake. So you killed her to avoid embarrassment?
The Brotherhood isn't that petty, but we do have certain obligations to uphold. I gave her the greatest gift of all, solace. Just as you gave the same gift to Lord Jarrell. And there will be many more gifts to grant before your work is done.
The gift of solace. So that's what we do. We're not killers. We're not murderers. We're not assassins. We just give the gift of solace to people. Actually, I can respect that. There's a lot of times when I wouldn't mind having some solace. Forever. Earlier, you called yourself a speaker?
I am the voice of the Night Mother. She conveys her will to the listener, who then passes it on to one of the 4 speakers of the Black Hand to carry out.
The Black Hand?
The Black Hand, the instrument by which the Night Mother rules the Dark Brotherhood. It consists of 1 listener and 4 speakers, 4 fingers and a thumb. Never more, never less. The Black Hand oversees the sanctuaries, among other duties.
Alright, so he's one of the 5 leaders of the... He's not just some functionary. He's kind of a big deal. Hey, ScumSave, welcome back. How you doing? Good to see ya. How many more sessions before you have the largest mansion, fully decked out and handcrafted top-tier furnishings? Assuming that was a thing I was ever going to do, realistically the answer to that is probably in the neighborhood of 1,000 sessions. I would literally have to stream this every day for 3 years before that would happen, probably. Alright, goodbye. So now we know we need to go prove myself to the Dark Brotherhood. Speaker Tyrannus wants me to murder the Imperial noble named Quintus Gerald. Wait, I already did that. Need to find the Black Door. Gain entry to the Gold Coast Sanctuary of the Dark Brotherhood. Alright, we gotta go find a Black Door, folks. Oh, I wish I could sell all this stolen stuff. Now I really wish I had invested in this skill. Trafficker. Dramatically increases the amount of fence interactions you can use. That'd be like 60 more fence interactions per day. That'd be like 110 instead of 50. That would really help me out. But I don't have any skill points right now. I could go grab a Sky Shard somewhere. Just to, but I don't think I want to do that right now. The Black Door. So much stolen shit. I also got a bunch of extra soul gems. I made some potions for myself on my crafting alt. These ones. And I transferred a bunch of soul gems over from the bank into my own inventory, so I have more empty soul gems. Also, I put some gold from all of my characters into the bank, so now I have 10,000 gold in the bank in case I need a whole bunch of extra money at some point. I can pull it out. So that's pretty cool. But that's not a lot of money, really, when you're talking about 3.5 million gold mansions. Alright, so what I'm gonna do... What I think I'm gonna do... So that's where I need to go. Up there. To the black door. So what I think I'm gonna do first... Since I'm now officially leaving Anvil, and I might not be coming back here anytime soon... I'm gonna kind of... explore... Oh, I also have this treasure map that I found on one of my other characters and I gave to this character. This is my treasure map. It's somewhere in the Gold Coast. I think I've seen some structures that look kind of like that. Kind of like the Greek columns temple looking business. Over by like where the Minotaurs were and stuff, but I'm not gonna go looking for this treasure right now. I'll wait until I have a legitimate reason to be over there. So what I think I'm gonna do though, before I go to the Black Door, is I'm kinda gonna explore the rest of this town. Because I think there's some side quests and stuff I can pick up here in Anvil. And I'm going to talk to the people and just see what other local flavor I can pick up on. Who are you?
So many nets, so many fish, so little time. This one's life is a tale of excess and woe.
Alright, excess and woe. I keep wanting to come over here and steal stuff. Look, these are both... This is worth 40. But I don't want to fill my bags up with things that I can't even sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to steal stuff if it's worth 100 gold or more. So all those 40G items that I usually take, I'm not going to take. Because I just can't. I'll run out of inventory space too quickly. Like that. Normally I would take that. But right now I'm not going to. What the hell is this shit in the air right here? It looks crazy. Alright, we already talked to the 3 gamblers here. In fact, maybe I won't even... maybe I just won't even look in all the barrels and crates and sacks and stuff. Maybe I'll just look in high-grade containers. Like chests and cabinets and... the stuff that's more likely to have the valuable shit. Who's this? That's a guard. Alright, what do we have here? The Guild Trader. Outlaw Merchant Society. Oh, there's nothing I need to buy from the Guild Trader. Ooh, we found another book. Confessions of a Vampire Devotee. Is this relevant? It is relevant. It's talking about Anvil. Okay, I'm reading it. You've never seen a world as obsessed with children's toys and various household effigies. I know, right, Scum Save? I first heard about the vampire lord Zalardo while exploring the markets of Eldenroot. The stories both fascinated and frightened me. Here was a Khajiit who had gained power and notoriety, whose very name was whispered with fear and a healthy dose of respect. I admit it. I had been pondering the risks and benefits of life as a vampire ever since I was a child. Now, with each tale I heard, every rumor I digested, I realized the goal that was set before me. I had to find Zalardo and convince her to turn me into a vampire. Yeah, that never goes badly.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Why do I want to be a vampire? That's a good question. I've certainly asked myself that very same thing on more than one occasion since this obsession grabbed hold of me. I suppose it has something to do with the allure of power, and the correlation between vampirism and sex that some scholars go on and on about. Yes, I've read every book and letter I could find pertaining to the subject. So, what he's saying is he wants to become a vampire to get laid. I really want to have sex with goth girls, and I figure being a vampire is the shortest route to that goal. Alright, buddy. You can tell this guy, while he was writing this, had to, a number of times, take a quick break to brush his dyed black bangs out from in front of his eyes. To brush his bangs back and keep writing. I can just see this dude in my head. But if I can be totally honest, and since this is my private journal, I suppose I have to be. The real appeal has to do with the longevity of the species. I've read that ancients can survive hundreds, even thousands of years. As a child who saw both of his parents die much too young, this immortality has become a very attractive option to me. Man, I wouldn't want to be immortal. Hell no. I ain't even trying to live to 80. Let alone 100 or 500 or 1,000 or whatever. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. I'm not extremely keen on the idea of drinking blood, however, but I suppose every advantage comes with its own set of disadvantages. Such is the way of the world. I might be squeamish at first, though I expect with time and practice I could even grow to enjoy a daily feast of the crimson liquid. I wonder if it needs to come from an intelligent creature, or if it has to be fresh. I guess that's what the protruding fangs are for. I think this guy's got vampires figured out. Boy, you can tell he's read a lot of books. Fangs are for drinking blood. What? What a concept. Before I could locate Zalardo's lair or otherwise introduce myself to the vampire lord, the hunter Mel Andrus appeared in town. He asked about disappearances and mysterious deaths, and he even mentioned Zalardo by name while I eavesdropped on his conversation with one of the town guards. Welcome back, Explode X. Good to see ya. How you doing? He was going to ruin my chance to meet and offer myself as an apprentice to the vampire lord. I followed the hunter around, watching how he searched for traces of Zalardo's passing, and tracked her to her lair. It was empty, of course. She was much too smart to be caught by the likes of Mel Andrus. I spent the next few months staying as close to the vampire hunter as I could without revealing my presence. Alright, this vampire hunter is really shitty at being a vampire hunter if he doesn't notice some fucking lerpy rando following him around, stalking him everywhere he goes. Constantly brushing his hair back away from in front of his eyes. Yeah, I'm doing okay, thanks. Explodex. Or just Splode. With the X's being silent, as they often are in such names. Except Explode makes, sense. I spent the next few months staying as close to the, I figured that he'd have a better chance of locating Zalardo than I would. And once we got close to the Vampire Lord, I was sure I'd be able to figure out how to help her, avoid Mel Andrus, and convince her to reward me with the power of the vampire. It was this dream that kept me moving, following the hunter from Grotwood to Greenshade to Malabal Tor, until we eventually made our way to the Gold Coast. That's the Wood Elf lands right there. That's presumably where my character would be from. Here, luck was with me. The vampire hunter was indisposed after we docked in Anvil. The rough storm our ship traveled through seems to have made the poor man ill. That gave me time to search for Zalardo and get a few steps ahead of Mel Andrus. I believe that she has established her lair in Hrota Cave, the perfect location from which to stalk prey and Anvil when the hunger comes upon her. I've made my way to the cave and plan to present myself to the Vampire Lord forthwith. I can't wait to become one of her apprentices. So, what are the odds that this guy's fucking dead? I think this guy's dead. Explode is your original WoW name from the beta days. Taken, of course. You weren't willing enough to just try Explode, so here we are. Just the typical edgy X's now. Yeah. This name was taken X's. How many times have we all seen X Legolas X, X Drizzt X, X Gandalf X, and such names? Many a time. But I've never seen an X-Splode X, so congratulations on your originality there. I'm not even gonna take stuff from these things. Why am I even? I have a feeling we will encounter this Vampire Lord. Said something about the Gerald Estate. Rota Cave. For some reason that sounds familiar to me, and I don't know why. I have a feeling we're going to encounter that cave. Witty, not willing. I am failing. I always fail, so it's okay. Failing is kind of what I do best. I could just oh, that's right. You can't Blade of Woe the Anvil guards. Or any guards. Guards are too tough to be Blade of Woed. Bladed of Woe? A lot of guards around here. What do we have going on here? Another guild trader is all, huh? I'm not used to seeing guild traders have their own building. Usually they're just standing around the wolf and the pirate queen. Oh no! This one's completely relevant. We've actually encountered these characters. We've overheard them having a conversation, so I definitely have to read that. I said oh no, like... I feel like everybody hates it when I stop to read something. And yet, I must read this. The Wolf and the Pirate Queen. Now, we already know a little bit about these characters from other things we've read, and also from overhearing their conversation when we were in the Gerald Estate. So we're gonna learn more. You watch partly for the reading alone? Alright, that's cool. The Wolf and the Pirate Queen. By Medara Salviticus, historian, University of Gwillem. Thanks to the actions of Carolus Aquilarios, the Wolf of Kvatch, Anvil's defenses were practically non-existent when Captain Fortunata, the Pirate Queen, sailed into port. After numerous attempts by the Imperial soldiers stationed at the port city to invade Kvatch, the barracks at Anvil were practically empty due to defeat after defeat at the Wolf's hands. Captain Fortunata's loyal pirates and buccaneers quickly took control of the city, and she claimed the title of provincial governor for herself. Thanks for those bits, son. Appreciate it. That might have been the end of things as far as Count Carolus was concerned, except for what the Pirate Queen decided to do next. She declared that the Gold Coast was now an independent state, free and separate from Cyrodiil and the Empire. Alright, that seems a little reckless. When she requested the Kvatch join Anvil as part of the new order, the Count refused, preferring to continue to owe fealty to Emperor Varen, who is, by the way, his father. Let's keep that in mind. Carolus Aquilarios is the son of Varen Aquilarios. Not feeling totally confident at the time, Fortunata didn't press the demand, but when she wouldn't forget the Count's lack of support, when the soul burst occurred and Varen disappeared, she took advantage of Kvatch's sudden isolation to make her demands more forceful. Anvil began pressing Kvatch to join the Gold Coast, both diplomatically and by increasingly underhanded means. Marauders and bandit gangs began to appear along the Gold Coast around Kvatch, disrupting trade and harassing travelers. Kvatch's elite guards, the Warders, were dispatched to deal with the bandits, but each time the bandits were able to escape to the Strid River. They returned in greater numbers, amplifying their attacks by raiding outlying farms and sending frightened refugees into the city for protection. Despite these acts of aggression, Carolus remained staunch and refused to negotiate with the Pirate Queen. Infuriated, Fortunata announced that Kvatch would be formally annexed into the Gold Coast. She sent the Anvil Guard to take command of the city. The Count of Kvatch, which we also know from previous, this dude's a badass, and he's an extremely good military leader who's won a shitload of battles, so he's not going to be easy to beat. Responded by putting the warders upon the walls and sending the cohort out to confront the invaders. The opposing forces met on the Gold Road near the Gottschall Inn. The more disciplined and highly trained cohort scattered the motley guards from Anvil, but the situation wasn't as it appeared. It was a trap! It's a trap! An army of pirates exploded out of hiding and surrounded the cohort. While ragged and undisciplined, the pirates outnumbered the legionaries 6-1. The cohort was wiped out in what has come to be known as the Gottschall Massacre. Carolus Aquilarios had no choice. Without the support of the cohort, he had no option other than to swear fealty to the Gold Coast. Now, caught between the Pirate Queen and the Primate of Akatosh, the Count seethes at his powerlessness, all the while doing everything he can to honor his vow and protect Kvatch and its people. Oh, so he's really in a fucked up position. Because his dad, the Emperor, is gone, so basically the Empire has no Emperor, so basically the Empire doesn't functionally exist at this point. And he has no backing. So now he's gone from being this powerful war hero and son of the Emperor to just basically being some chump who has to serve some grubby pirate who showed up and decided to call herself ruler. Okay. Although it was interesting, when we were listening to their conversation... Oh, that's right. It wasn't the pirates that he was talking about allowing to do their thing. It was the people of the primate. It was the religious people. The order of the hour, right? The knights of Akatosh, that he was allowing to take a stronger role in administering and or defending the city. And she was kind of criticizing him for it. And he was like, oh no, it's under control. I'm just letting them do some basic stuff. But I still got this shit covered. Basically was his meta message. Okay, so this gives us some more context for what's going on. What the politics of the situation are. Alright, we're out of here. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to explore the town before I went on with the quest line, because I figured we could pick up some more information from books and stuff. It's really important to me, as much as possible, to understand what the storyline is behind the things that I'm doing, and to, you know, understand the context as much as possible. Who's Hubad?
Hoisting crab pots isn't as glamorous as hoisting.
Uh-oh. Oh, that person must have just picked his pocket and got caught. Now. Oh, there's a Blade of Woe kill. We got us another Blade of Woe killer around here. Well, whatever that guy was gonna say, I'm sure it wasn't that important. Something about hoisting. Now, this is the house of the person that we broke into earlier and murdered. This was our first victim, Larinar. So we don't need to go back into her house. Our very first victim. What's going on this ship? Ooh, a quest. Could you stop murdering everybody for a second?
I need a break.
The answer is no. No, he cannot stop murdering everybody for a second. Quick! Can I talk to you? I don't care. Go ahead and murder anybody that I can't talk to. But if I can talk to him, if you could just leave him alone for a second, that'd be great. Just let me talk to him, then you can murder.
Nobody boards the Prowler without my permission. Get over here.
But I've just boarded the Prowler and without your permission. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do much because that dude's probably gonna murder you in a second. Alright, here we go. Let's talk to Captain Jamila and get a quest.
Well, what have we here? You certainly don't look like one of those red sails extortionists that have been bleeding me dry.
Red sails have been shaking you down?
I can abode fees at an honest port, but Anvil presents a non-stop barrage of whatever the governor's lackeys feel like enforcing. Uneven gangplank fees, loose mooring taxes, barnacle inspection. You're not from around here, are you?
Yeah, if I'm a legitimate merchant ship, I think I'm not going to go to ports that are run by pirate gangs. That's just my crazy idea about the subject. There's a shitload of ports you could go to. Why would you come to this one if you knew it was going to be like this? Or, you know, why would you come back to this one? No, I'm not from Anvil.
Care to help me turn the tide on these crooks, then? I happen to know that their swindler of a dockmaster doesn't trust his gold to Anvil's banks. If you help me pay the fool out of his own pocket, you can keep the lion's share of the bounty.
That sounds great. I love that plan. Game, what's your plan?
I don't know precisely where Kamar hides his gold, but I do know the lazy oaf uses a few trusted lackeys to deliver deposits when he can't be bothered. They often dice on the docks. If you're convincing, I'm sure they'll reveal the location to you.
Okay, I saw the people dicing on the docks. What will you be doing while I'm locating the dockmaster's stash?
I'm going to be your distraction. I'm expecting the dockmaster to make his rounds soon, and he's not going to be happy that I haven't paid my fees yet. I'll keep him here arguing with me while you secure his ill-gotten gold.
Oh, I don't think Captain Jamila... Okay, I got bad news for you. I don't think you understand how long it's going to take me to do this quest. Because I'm going to get distracted so many times. I'm going to be running around exploring shit, stopping to read books, stealing things. I mean, it's going to be fucking hours until I get this quest done. So I don't know how long you can keep this dockmaster busy, but you're in for some work. Anvil just seems like a bad place if you are innocent. Might as well come there with dirt on your hands so you don't get targeted by the Dark Brotherhood immediately. That's a good point. Walking through the streets, I am a criminal! I am a criminal! At all times, everyone should know that I am a criminal. Very uninnocent. I've done terrible things. Everybody should know this. You have like a sign. Like, the second you show up in town, just go kick the shit out of a priest or something, so that you have a reputation, and they know not to murder you because you're not an innocent. That's pretty funny. Pretty funny. So here's my question. The question I actually asked, and now my character will ask it as well.
Why come to Anvil if it's so much trouble?
It was supposed to be a simple run. Pick up silks and spices on the way to turn a tidy profit. But the governor and her minions are more greedy than a caravan full of high elf nobles. She'll never learn, even when the docks are empty.
I hate it when somebody else who's trying to make money stops me from making money. When my goal is to make as much money as possible, and that greedy other fucker whose goal is to make as much money as possible. How dare they? Just saying. You're probably just as greedy. You probably just play by the rules.
Who is this governor you keep mentioning?
Her name's Fortunata.
Fortunata Abdougal, Anvil's provincial governor. But she's still the same old red sails pirate queen to anyone who really knows her. Half the Gold Coast struggles under her thumb. Fool's Gold Coast, if you want to be more accurate.
That's very clever.
How did you find out about Dockmaster Kamar's stash?
Kamar's a braggart, and he drinks like a Nord. That's a combination for folly, if ever there was one. He gave away his secret while trying to drink me under the table. I remember the exchange. He does not. Too bad for him, yes?
Yeah. Okay. Cool, I got this.
Goodbye.
I got this. Profitable venture.
Captain Jamila has been suffering under the oppressive dock fees in Anvil. She asked for my help in stealing the dockmaster's private stash to pay off her debts. Captain Jamila advised me to find Dockmaster Kamar's lackeys, dicing on Anvil's docks, and get them to tell me the location of his hidden stash.
We are going to do that. That's definitely a thing we're going to do. But first, we're going to break into your ship. Is that guy going to come back over here? Well, let's just go. Fuck it. First, we're gonna break into your ship because there could be some stuff in here that I want to own. That's a pretty cool thing on the wall right there. Too bad that's not really portable. Uh-oh. I don't want to be seen, so I might have to murder some people. A little bit. Just a little bit of murder.
That's it.
Not gonna take that. Remember, I'm only taking things worth 100 gold or more because of my inventory situation. What is that? 1,001 remedies for slaughterfish bites. I need that. Simple illustrations fill this abridged pocket edition. Closer to 100. Porcelain teacup. This dainty teacup rests comfortably in the crook of one's finger. Welp, here's another book I've got to read. I'm gonna wait until I get out of this ship to read it, though. Nice painting. That actually is a pretty sweet looking painting. I wouldn't mind having that in my in-game house. Anybody up here? Nope. Okay, that leads back out onto the deck. Alright, I don't think that one's particularly relevant at this point. If I find out we're going to be doing something related to Boethiah or whatever, then I'll read it, but... The Red Diamond Ballad, not relevant. I like to read things about Argonians because my character concept here for this character is that she was a wood elf who lived close to the border between the Wood Elf lands and the Black Marsh where the Argonians are, and her village was destroyed and all burned and everything, and one Argonian found her there and took her in because she was just a little child and raised her, so she was kind of raised by Argonians in a manner of speaking. Or one particular Argonian. That was my idea.
Stop that swine!
Stop what swine? What swine are we stopping?
I'm rather busy right now.
Well, I stole... Actually, I didn't steal anything from her ship. I just read some books. I didn't steal a single thing. That's kind of why she looks so barbaric and has so much, like, body paint or whatever it is. Or tattoos. And also why her clothes... These are Argonian-style clothes. Well, most of them are. The boots are Argonian style, the belt is Wood Elf, the chest is Wood Elf. I don't display my helm, but the shoulders, hands, and legs are all Argonian style. And this is an Argonian... Oh, no, it's Wood Elf sword. Never mind. Argonian bow, though. I have an Argonian bow. What's that look like? Looks pretty unremarkable, really. And my character has an Argonian-style name for that reason as well. That's why her name is Ashes in the Wind. Because that's how Argonians name... I have 2 more attribute points. Where did I get these 2 attribute points? But I don't have any skill points. Alright, I need to read a book real quick. Be cool if you could put a little bio in or something on inspection. You can't even inspect people at all. But it would be cool to put a little bio in or something. Okay, so what I'm doing... is I'm hitting F7. The Wolf and the Pirate Queen, I read. I need to read the Primate Finding Faith. Red Diamond is the heart of Lorcan. So this is actually pretty relevant to Morrowind. I've heard somebody sing this song, and I don't remember if it was in Skyrim or if it was in this game. I feel like I heard somebody sing this song in Skyrim, one of the bards. Because it's like, red diamond, red diamond. That's the tune of the chorus. And I know for a fact I've heard it sung. I just don't remember which game it was in. But I don't feel like I need to read that right at the moment. What I do need to read, or that. But what I do need to read for sure is the Primate Finding Faith, because this is about, wait a minute. Didn't I read this? No, this is like the sequel to the one that I did read. The Primate Before the Light. We read this one about Artorius Ponticus and how he was a criminal and everything, and then he got caught and he was sentenced to work with the priests of the temple as like a community service type things. You had sticky paws ovens and everything. So we read this one. So this is like the sequel to that. It's like the next chapter in what happened to that guy. So we definitely going to read that. I guess we have time to read it real quick before I end this episode. By Medara Salvinicus, historian, University of Gwillem. The Temple of the Divines was the last place Artorius Ancrus ever expected to wind up. But as the year Second Era 542 was drawing to a close, that's exactly where the young Imperial found himself. He was serving penance for crimes committed while working for the crime boss Vodunius in Imperial City. Thanks to his father's wealth and influence, Artorius avoided a dungeon cell. As for serving in the temple, he was sure that that was his dear father's idea. As the fourth son, Artorius had been promised to serve the Divines, and despite the young man's best efforts to avoid that fate, it seemed he was destined for a religious life. I'll serve my year in a day, Artorius told the priest who was his jailer, and who would become his mentor, Ilavius Alfino. But after that, I'm out of here. The old priest just bowed and began to introduce his charge to religious life. Artorius' life at the temple became a daily mix of opposing states of activity, from frenzied labor to stillness bordering on inertia. Given an endless array of chores that included cleaning, food preparation, and helping to care for the shrines of the Divines filled each day, punctuated by periods of study, meditation, and prayer, Artorius was soon too busy to maintain his anger at his father, and once his anger subsided, he began to actually hear the words of the priests and learn the tenets of the Divines. For someone who wanted nothing to do with religion, Artorius quickly became fascinated with the tales and tenets of the Divines. And this guy Artorius is the current primate. So he's part of this ongoing storyline. He's at odds kind of with Carolus Aquilarios, or whatever his name is, the guy that runs Kvatch. That's where he is. The primate is in Kvatch as well. And we've heard, they were already talking about him in one of the conversations we overheard. He was fascinated with the tales and tenets of the Divines. From Arcade to Debella, Stendar to Julianos, he visited every shrine in turn and questioned the priests endlessly about their holy sphere and rituals. Of all the Divines, however, the one that seemed to attain a special place in Artorius' imagination was Akatosh, the dragon god of time. That's because Akatosh is the coolest god in Elder Scrolls. Perhaps it was Akatosh's place at the head of the pantheon that first attracted Artorius, or maybe the qualities associated with him, or the tales related to his role as the god defender of the Empire. Whatever the impetus, the young noble appeared to have found his face, except maybe Talos. Talos is cool too, but does he even really count as a god? Appeared to have found his faith. When Jonas Coventine, primate of Akatosh, arrived for his annual visit from Kvatch, he took an immediate liking to the young Artorius. After leading the temple in worship, the primate invited Artorius to a private meeting. I mean, what? Neither Jonas nor Artorius ever revealed the details of the meeting, but shortly after that audience, Artorius pledged himself to the Divines. When his probation was over, he took the vows of the priesthood and devoted himself to serving Akatosh. So I have a strong feeling there's going to be another The Primate book that tells us what happens after he joins the Church of Akatosh and how he ends up becoming the primate himself. I have a strong feeling that's going to be a thing. Alright. In our next episode, we will continue exploring the town of Anvil. However, I'm going to do it for this one. So if you're watching the stream, don't go anywhere. I'm not done playing Not even close. If you're watching on YouTube, guess what? This episode's now over. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays The Elder Scrolls Online Dark Brotherhood DLC.